Hello and welcome to another Mystical Perspective. My name is Reverend Cindy Paulos, and today we're going to talk and do affirmations, prayers, and meditation on letting go. Now, it's interesting. I do think there's some very powerful elements in astronomy and astrology, and it's interesting how some people are very fixed and like things a certain way and hold on tight, and others are very free. And I think that this is in some people's nature. I like fixed position things. I like to know exactly what I'm planning to do and how it works. And others don't need that. Now, if you're one of the people that are a fixed position sign or someone who's very used to having set things in their life, you might want to do these exercises. And there's also the very real element of what are we holding on to? What are we afraid to let go of? Sometimes we don't really have the courage to believe that if we let go, everything will be all right. It takes a major act of faith and courage sometimes to let go and move on from situations. Of course, the Buddhist practice is based a lot in just these things of attachments. Attachments go so deep. And it's really an illusion because we are always changing and we are always moving, and we know that everything must change. And we know that we are going to be here for a while and then we pass on. We know that's a given. And we start losing loved ones, and we know that we can hold on to memories, but we can't hold on to another person because they are going to move on. Now, I do believe that we can see them in other forms and be with them in other places, and that we will meet the people we love again. But we have to go into what's really behind us holding on and what's keeping us attached to things. Because when we get to that point where we can be free and be in tune with the oneness of all life and spirit and God, we don't have that same fear of letting go. And it does help to use the powers of love and light to free ourselves from attachments. But here on the material plane, there's no doubt about it. We do create deep bonds and attachments to things that we need in our life. And attachments really are all right, you know. Obviously, we have attachments to our loved ones. But we need to also make sure that that's not our only source in life, and not our only support system. When we hold on too tightly to our attachments, we invest our whole of our being, our heart and soul and identity to them. And in a moment, we could lose our house. We've seen so many people losing their homes to fires, and we can find that things change in a New York minute. And we can lose, of course, we see on Facebook all the time, every day, people who've lost their pets or something's happened to their career or their home. But it's really at the heart of some of it, the ego. It can get very possessive of things that support our sense of importance. And it crops up in very interesting ways. You know, it's always good to take some time to meditate or maybe do an intensive retreat where we get away from our typical routine. And you think about, at that time, letting go of attachments to things, possibly even your iPhone, your cell phone, the things that make us feel secure. And to get away from those things that are rather addictive in life. And when you go into retreat, you really are removing yourself from some of the things you're very used to. And many people find that when they are in retreat, that they feel so much more light, and they feel that the burdens aren't on them. And you can still be detached and involved. You can still be objective and aware and even be kinder and more loving if you're not investing that from your ego's point of view. You just become aware of Maya and the illusions and how we can become prisoners to those illusions. So we're going to look into that today. And I'll start with some affirmations and then do a prayer and some meditation on the subject. First, the affirmation on letting go. I can let go of whatever needs to be released. I am free to let go of any old beliefs that may be holding me back from achieving my true purpose in life. I breathe in the Spirit of God's loving, unconditional light and power to achieve what I need to achieve. I know that God supports me with infinite love, and I thank God for the power to let go with ease and with peace of mind. And so it is. Thank you, God. Here's a prayer on letting go. Lord, I know I hold on tight. What can I let go of that can be released into the light? Why am I holding on to things that keep me prisoner of my old beliefs? Can I inhabit emptiness? Can I embrace this space of not needing any old crutches so I can walk away free with grace? Lord, I know you are here and right now. You're present in each breath that I take, and you will catch me if I fall. And you are there in the presence when I awake. I trust that when I choose to let go of all I don't need, that I will find more ways to see and true gifts that are awaiting to be received. Right here, right now, in this very moment is God's great cosmic reality. The face of that light of Christ consciousness dances throughout all space through eternity. And that energy, that spirit that is merged with me allows me to find a new way to be delivered forth to a rebirth, so I can let go of all that holds me from becoming what I need to be. For God is right here waiting for me to finally be free. Now let's take a few breaths, some deep, deep breaths. As we go into meditation, breathe in deeply, hold your breath and pause, and breathe out deeply. Breathe in to the count of 4. Hold your breath and breathe out to the count of 6. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel yourself becoming lighter right here and right now. Bring in that presence of spirit. Feel that spirit and let go of any worries or concerns. Let go of any thoughts that cloud your mind. And in this moment, ask yourself from your soul's point of view, what am I holding on to? What am I holding on to? Allow yourself to meditate on this question. If you are holding on to anything and wish to release it, allow yourself to see why you might be holding so tightly on to something. Is it a sense of security it gives you? Is it based in fear? What would happen if you released it right now? Find that place inside you, that place of light and clarity, that place in your soul, and be aware of that space of emptiness, of nothingness, and that total love of creation behind that emptiness. That light behind the illusion, that unconditional love that holds you stronger than the illusion that you hold on to. Call upon that light and that love. And when you feel it strongly, take a moment and see the things that you are holding on to you that might be limiting you. Disappear, let them go, let them be, release them, let them be free. Feel that energy that comes in the space that's now open and clear. Go deep and deeper into your consciousness. And know that you are present and free to reach the highest place of light and the love that will always support you, always be there with you, the presence of God that will never, ever fail you. Release your focus on what you thought was real. And release all that and turn instead to what is real. There is nothing to hold on to. There is nothing to fear. God is embracing you in this very moment. And a new power to trust in that energy is with you always when you turn to God's loving guidance and you're clear, you can let go of the ego and let God guide you and be in control. Breathe that beautiful space of knowing that it is God that is in control. Release any ties, any illusions, any fears. Let them go. and be free right now in the unconditional love, the perfect infinite light of all lights, the place that is your true source that never dies. And know that you are safe when you can count on God's true presence in your life. All else will be aligned with that perfect purpose that you have to fulfill. Now slowly come out of meditation. Slowly breathe in that newfound love and courage and strength. And know that you can give your life to that unconditional love, to God and the goodness that comes. That with every breath of life, God is present. And when you become present, you can be aware of that. You can give your life to that light and love and kindness, goodness, that gift of life without attachment, with understanding. Now, slowly come back into your conscious mind, and if you have any thoughts that came to you, you might want to jot them down, make a note of them, and you might make a practice of taking some time to be aware of what you can let go of, what there is that you might be holding on to that might need to be released. I thank you for being there and for joining me today. May you always be guided by the highest light and love.